The significance for me was to engage with the ministers involved, and we were lucky enough to have 7 or 8 of the ministers who cover all of that social accord kaupapa. They were all in the one room. They had their executive staff behind them, backing them up, supporting them. And for me, that was the biggest area for concern why this kaupapa hasn't moved forward since it was first signed in 2013.
So when we thought about the whanaungatanga Taumata Rangatira, we just wanted that to be, because it's the first one since the signing, so we just wanted to bring the accord onto the table and say, we're committed and we are asking that you become committed, and I think we got that in that way. It was fantastic because when we organised this, Carol and I, we wanted it just to be a whanaungatanga hui, because of course they're a new government. They weren't the government that we signed with 5 or 6 years ago, or whatever, 5 years ago. Some of the ministers that were there that evening had new portfolios created, like Calvin, Iwi Māori, relationships, Willie Jackson, employment, Penny Henare, whānau ora, Tracy Martin, because SIPs used to sit under MSD and now they sit by themselves, Oranga Tamariki. So it was an opportunity for us to meet them, for them to meet us, for us both parties to confirm our commitment to the social accord. I think that we're lucky that the two leaders leading the lead ministers are Carmel Sepuloni, MSD, and of course Ananaya Mahuta, Māori Development. I think we're lucky that those two are the lead ministers because they really are committed to it and are harassing all the other ministers to come on board. It's lovely.
I felt that they were overwhelmed by that particular success story and how we can change the mindsets of people in making an issue work for us. They could see that it's not just about one mindset in fixing problems in the community, it's about collective mindsets. The response from the Crown and their people was hugely positive, and we felt the ongoing, when they were talking about ongoing support, they meant it. It wasn't just a token gesture for us being there on the day.
So one of them is, I know, the Cradle to Career. So that's exciting because inside that we have education, we have training, and we have employment. So in that there's leading, it leads to economic development. And although I work in the social services sector, I know that the way to change this sector is to increase that sector and have more jobs available for our people. To get them into employment, they need to be trained in whatever skills they need. So that's an exciting one.
To further highlight and show the gains that we've made in this gap and what we have planned for the future in wrapping around not only our social accord, but it wraps around with all our other initiatives for the education of our people, for the job creations from cradle to career, all of that wrap around in a total community which has been deprived of any of that progress for as long as anyone can remember, because of lack of investment by the agencies that matter and who have the financial support to make the difference.
It is beneficial for every one of us that lives in Te Hiku. So, look, I'm really excited. The Taumata Rangatira made that become a reality, a physical thing now. Before it was just words written on paper. Now it becomes a living, moving thing.
Koina te aronga nui, kia whai wā ki te noho tahi, ki te whakarauora mai, tēnei kauenata kei wainga nui te karauna me ngā iwi o te hiku, kia āhei rātou te whakapakari me ki, tā rātou mahere nui, mo te oranga o a rātou nei iwi.
Akoa I aina tēnei wakaitanga ara Te Hiku Social Accord I te tau 2013, kaore anō ngā wakaritinga kia tutuki noa.
It's been disappointing, I think, that since 2013 there's been very little action in this area, and the intent of the Accord hasn't really been realised. So coming into government, we've talked about it, myself and Minister Mahuta, and we've talked about it with other ministers relevant to the Accord, and we're certainly committed to realising the intent of this Accord.
E tikana kia noho mai te kāwanatanga aha kōkō wai, ki te whakatutuki e nei wawata, ki te whakatutuki e nei whakaitanga.
It is the greatest opportunity, I think, for Te Hiku, and not just for iwi Māori in Te Hiku, but for the whole population of Te Hiku. This becomes such a great thing if we can negotiate get some wins on, but real ones, not just short-term things, but long-lasting, that we look at our employment, that we look at our poverty level through housing and stuff, and that we can make a big difference.